if you have to, if anyone missing it. So we're recording the session now. All right. So the notebook, agenda, it's due tomorrow. Keep in mind, you shared it once. So Hennessy has access to it, and myself have access to it too. Whenever we need to. So on Fridays, we go in and look at it, and you get a grade. So let's say Hennessy goes in on Friday, she doesn't see anything, then she'll give you a grade for that. Or if you're missing stuff, she'll give you a grade for that. There really isn't a way for you to turn that in late because she checks it consistently. So if you miss it that week, you just have to move on to the next week and try your best to update it as you go. Easiest thing is just leave it open throughout the day and input stuff every time your class finishes. So we use it as a log for your assignments. Hennessy, any tips or anything about their agendas, or thing you've noticed that you wish them to do better on?
A lot of people fill it out pretty well. It's just there's some that don't fill it out, and I suggest you guys do, because I think it's a really resourceful way to keep track of your assignments and make sure you have what homework you have for a certain class, especially with this whole online thing.
Yeah, and I spoke about this before. If you want to get like a physical agenda or notebook, you definitely can, but you still have to keep a digital one, and you would take pictures of the written copy, because I know like someone like Joshi, she told me she hates typing stuff. You can take a picture of your like, you keep track of your agenda and just paste that picture onto the digital notebook. All right, I'm in a digital agenda. So there's 3 digital things we're gonna keep track of. Last week we introduced the digital notebook, and some people shared it with me. I'm going to just randomly look at someone's. So let's say Brianna's, right? So I'm click on it. So she did what I asked. The first page, what you need to do is put your name and then put the class period, and then you change the front cover to kind of fit your own thing. What I just want you guys to be personalized in any way that is shows your little personality. So I needed to share. This person didn't share with. Let me make sure I share with Hennessy. So I share with Hennessy. So now, if I click share, you should see that it's myself, Hennessy, and actually, you should add Ms. Soto. If you're looking for their email addresses, if you click on the assignment description, it gives, I provide all 3 emails. So the first time you click it, it'll download. And after that, you don't need to download ever again. It just saves. And so the goal of it was to keep track of notes. So she did notes. I'm guessing she's planning to do another set of notes today. And it's just so we can have like some normality with our note taking to keep our thoughts somewhere. And so she has this here. If you're able to figure out the other thing. Oh. So you weren't able to link it yet. Brianna, did you know how to link the assignments?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just show you real fast. What you need to do is highlight it, press link, and then you link it to a slide. So your notes are on slide 12. So I put link, slide, go all the way down to slide 12 and apply. And what that does for me is if I click this, it'll take me straight to those notes. You took these notes on 9/15 and you have questions, you have summary, you have topic. Awesome. Perfect. So you just need to do 2 notes, and Hennessy will check them tomorrow. So you still have a day to figure that out. Do you have any questions about the digital notebook?
Mister, how many notes do we have to make or take?
Just so since we're just kind of testing the waters out right now, just 2. So we're just starting with 2 right now. Hold up. Let me respond to someone's message. Okay, so yeah, just 2 right now. And then for next week, we're sticking to 2 because I know it's a lot of stuff to figure out and it was early. I don't want to give you too much things to kind of overwhelm you. So for next week, if you click on, so someone asked me if what happens if you don't have any notes. The goal is to every time you leave a class, try to think of what do you was important, what can you leave. You have 8 classes, so that goes from um, science, math, history, whatever. There should be some sort of notes to do. And even if the teacher doesn't give anything, you have enough assignments to probably create notes on your own. Does that answer your question, Rosa? Yeah, okay. So the goal is, and then if you ask like Hennessy, in college, most of the time they don't tell you, all right, you can turn in notes, right? But most students do it on their own, right? Why? Why, Hennessy?
Well, we take notes so we can go back before like we have big exams to review and make sure we get the important key points because usually the way professors teach is they have slideshows and they'll like color code what's important and that's what you usually just write down. So you can go back and review because that's what's going to be on exams.
Yeah. So for you guys, what we're trying to do is practice good habits. The way things are in like education, if you learn it the first time but you don't write it down, most likely by the next day it completely leaves your brain. Um, so if you take notes and review it every so often, the chances of it sticking to your brain it increases by a significant amount. All right. So someone asked me about the Padlet real fast. All you need to do is press the plus sign and type your name and how you feel. Okay. Let's do a quick activity. So in 2 weeks, we have a guest speaker from USC. She's a USC grad student. She was a former AVID student, not my AVID student, but from LA County. She graduated, she's currently at USC. She's studying occupational therapy. I don't completely know what that is. I know that they help with employment, but maybe that's for you guys to figure out. But what I need you guys to do, and I'm giving you 10 minutes, is you're gonna click the plus sign, you're gonna type your name, and I want you to write 2 questions for Liz Rivera. So we're gonna use this as our question board for when she comes. So we have our questions ready. I'm gonna put 10 minutes on the timer. Let me pull up a timer clock. 8 times is too much. 7 minutes. There you go.
Mister, it won't let me add a comment.
Really? Interesting. Do you have access to adding anything?
Nope.
No? Let's check out why. All right, so reactions require approval. Maybe if I share the link directly to you guys. Try in the chat box, I'm gonna put it. See if that link works. Does that work?
No.
Nope.
That's weird. Okay. Attribution, display author's name above each post. Content filtering. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. Hennessy, does it work for you?
I'll try. quiet. Let me go.
The palace and the guest speaker do not let me add anything. Let's see. Interesting. Let me try this one for another minute, and if not, I'll move on to our next thing.
Yeah, it doesn't let me do anything either.
Okay, so we'll hold off on this then. We still have 2 weeks before the person comes. That's kind of weird. I'll figure it out later. Okay, let's go look at some of your things you guys created. So last week I had you guys create Canva brag sheets. So the week before, your job was to create brag sheets. And I talked about this in depth before. Brag sheets are used, so you send like a paper to your someone you want to write a letter of recommendation for you, and it's also for you to keep track of everything you've done in your time period. Let's look at someone's. Raylene, you mind if I look at yours? We're gonna click it. We're gonna look at Josh's right here. All right, so looks nice. You have her hobbies. She's there's a typo in year, but it's okay. Third year of playing mallet percussions, some enrichment programs, her grade point average, her future goals. Cool. Josh, was it hard to put into one page?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I wonder why. We'll see. We'll work on that. But cool. You have activities, organization, awards, academics. That's cool. All right. Let's look at Casey's. Yeah. So it's all able to fit on one page. If you can, putting on one page makes it just a little easier. But so this is cool. Clubs, organizations. We have community awards, academics, hobbies. Cool. Awesome. Looks nice. So your Brandon's. I feel like you could put a little bit more, Brandon, but looks good. Maybe make the font a little smaller. Jimenez, this looks really nice. Cool. I would say add a little like explanation, because not everyone knows what Spartan Buddies and what you did with it. Yeah, I'll definitely look at that afterwards. Awesome. Let's check one more of Darlene's. Looks good. I would probably make the font just a little bigger, but it looks good. Theater, Key Club, AVID. What is this, Darlene? What's Netflix it?
Well, I joined it this year, and it's like where you could you're gonna be assigned like maybe like a documentary or a movie, and you're gonna have to watch it, and like in the next week you're gonna discuss about what it was about and our opinion about it.
Oh, cool. Awesome. All right. So make sure you've turned that in. That was the last week's assignments. I don't know why I can't share this anymore though, but I'll figure out something else. All right. So this week, we're going to move on to a new phase. So as I mentioned, agendas, notebooks are staple on a weekly basis. And in the future, we're going to spend class is about 90 minutes. We're going to spend 45 minutes going over that content, helping you with college apps, learning about different things. I have different guest speakers coming. And then the second half of class, you're going to be broken into groups to do our digital tutorials. and we're gonna have Ms. Soto, she's gonna come in and lead one group, Hennessy's gonna lead one group, and I'm gonna lead one group, and then we're gonna rotate just different groups on a monthly basis. So this first time around, same thing like the other ones. I include a rubric for you to look at to see what's the requirements of different things. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on digital tutorial number 1. Oh wait, sorry about that. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, it is. Sorry about that. So you click on that, click on this, and the same thing like the other ones, it's going to create a Google slide for you, right? And then what I want you to do is you're going to change the Google slide to your name. So let's put Darlene Fuentes. So you have that. And then what you need to do is share the document with myself, Hennessy, and Minnesota. So same thing as the other ones. And you see our emails again right here, 3. So right when you click this, it's going to do the same thing like the other ones. Is going to create a copy. And once you share with us, it's shared forever, and you're never going to need to make a create it again. All right, so on the very first page, you could personalize it if you want. The very first page, what I want you to do is you're gonna put your name, so you put Darlene Fuentes, right? You might want to make it fit. Right, so fit. For you guys, you're gonna be grade 12. Your elective teacher is POP, and you guys don't know your tutors yet. We're going to decide that next week. Here's our intro page. We don't need a subtitle. And on this page, the third slide. So first slide, we just put your name. We change the title. So don't put copy of, you're going to change it to whatever it is. Let me make sure I make copy of this so I don't mess it up. All right, so, and then on this slide, you're gonna put your schedule. And this just lets us know what classes you have. So first period, what's your class? Teacher, subject. Don't just put math, let's say your teacher is Hernandez, and your subject, don't just put science, you put chemistry, right? I know all of you guys don't have chemistry right now, but that's what you would do. And then your second period will be Diaz, algebra 2, or yeah, algebra 2. Right, so fill up this part out. Here, I already created the linked table of contents. And this just makes it easier for myself, Ms. Soto, and Hennessy to kind of figure out. You click on this, it leads to where you need to go. And I'll go over that in a sec. All this beginning stuff right here is just explanation. For you guys, it's gonna generally be the same. For freshmen and sophomores, they're still new to the process. So I included all the steps so they would they know what to do. Here is our schedule. So if you look at this, on Thursdays, we have our period. Our tutorials are gonna run from 1:20 to 2 o'clock, because Miss Jackson has her AVID class at the same time. So when they split our tutors, we need to wait for Miss Salter to come over here. All right, so everything's pretty much the same in the sense that minus how you submit it. So like tutorials, actually, I realized we actually have 2 new members to AVID. I'll quickly go over it. Tutorials give you guys a space to kind of work as a study group, to work together. Like in the past, you're going to submit a question on a problem from your homework. And the goal of it, even if you don't have an issue, is you have a conversation. I feel like the social distancing is limiting our ability to have a social aspect, to have conversations. And this will give you guys opportunity to at least share not only your problems, but maybe your frustrations with what's happening in classes in school. But you're going to complete your TRF, and I'll show you how that looks right now. And then you're going to make sure it's done. It's shared with Hennessy and Ms. Soto and myself. When you, actually, if you shared the first time, it should be shared. But you're gonna make sure it's done a day before class. So let's say we meet now at 12:30 on Thursdays. So by Wednesdays, around that time, you should have it done, because it gives Hennessy and Ms. Soto at least one day to look through all the TRFs. And keep in mind, they're busy people. They have colleges and school. So you want to give them that time to at least look it over. On the day of tutorials, after we get done doing our content stuff, so like for example, in 2 weeks, we're going to start the day off by having a guest speaker, and she's going to speak for about 45 minutes. Jennifer, Hennessy, make sure to mark Jennifer present. She wasn't able to comment on the Padlet. All right, so in 2 weeks, we're going to have a guest speaker. And for the first 45 minutes, we're going to have her speak, and then we'll do a reflection on that. And then the second half of class, we're going to do our tutorial, our digital tutorial. The way that works is we're going to join Zoom breakout rooms. We don't have like senior tutors anymore. And also you guys are seniors, so we don't do senior tutors. Is 3 groups. So one group is myself, one group is Hennessy, and one group is Misoto, and we're going to do rotating. We're going to rotate to different tutors. All right, before I move on to that process, let me show you how our digital tutorial looks. If our first page is tutorial number 1, and we're gonna do a sample one next week. We're gonna give you credit for it. It works out exactly how it was before. I really just transfer our tutorial onto a Google slide. So tutor topic, essential question. What's your topic? So for example, this week we are studying quadratic equations. You could put the actual question. 3x minus 2 equals, I don't know, whatever, right? 20. So then you do that, put your question. You could literally take a picture of the question and just paste it on here. You could like insert image, and if you want to type anything. We're gonna look at key academic words. So you can put words. So what does quadratic mean? Maybe what does a polynomial mean? And then define it. You can mess with these grids a little bit if you need more room. Define it, what it means. You have the power of the internet. And then put examples of what it is. All right, so going back to your question, what do you know about it? So similar from before, I know I have to isolate. Second, I know that I will need to I don't know, subtract something, right? The cool thing about this is if you're writing too big, you can always lower the size, right? So you'll never run out of room. All right, similar to this, what is your point of confusion? So whatever your question is, it could be an assignment you're working on for any class, doesn't matter. Where are you stuck, right? And it shouldn't be questions like, I don't know. The goal of it, and the goal of the whole process is for you to kind of decide where are you stuck and how can you fix that problem. All right. It should be a question in your question form. Right here, this is where it's up to you guys how you want to answer this. But we should see two steps, two things happening right here. There should be, you should show us how well, you working through the problem. This could literally be you on a piece of paper, you take a picture of it and you paste it on here. And then after you do that, you do steps. So first, I tried dividing. Second, I tried yada yada, right? Obviously, this might be a question you're stuck on. So you might not be able to completely answer the question, which is fine, as long as you showed us that you tried to do it. So it could be a math question, a science question, it could be English, like you're stuck on essay, like oh, I'm stuck on this. You could link us to like your Google Doc, your actual essay. You could link us to a video you're watching and explaining what, but what we want to see is that you're working through your problem. All right, so that is what you share. We're going to check for. Prior to the tutorial, Tanya's going to look at this and she's going to check for it. If you look at our rubric, everything in the pre-work is right here. So it's worth 20 points. So we give you 2 points for your initial question. We give you 4 points for your vocabulary, give you 4 points for what you know, 4 points for the critical thinking, 4 points for the steps, and 2 points for the point of confusion. So if you look at your grade book, you'll see that there are 2 different grades, because you get 1 grade for submitting it, and we grade it, and you get a 2nd grade for the actual process. So this is pre-work and this is the tutorial and reflection. So if you look at the tutorial reflection, there's 12 points for inquiry, 8 points for communication, 5 points for summary, and 5 points for reflection. So right after this page, on the day of the tutorials, we get into breakout rooms, and each of your tutors is going to have access to your tutorials, right? So we're going to decide, all right, who wants to go present today? And we're going to obviously eventually everyone's going to have time to present. Maybe not all in that one day, but it's over time. All right, all right, Casey didn't present last week, so I'm having to present today. I'm going to either share my screen or she could share her screen. And so like what I'm doing now, in the breakout rooms, you're going to share your screen, and the rest of you, they're gonna share this screen. The rest of you, what you're gonna do is either take notes of what's happening, you take pictures, you upload pictures, you can write down notes on a piece of paper. But as long as I see that you are thinking about the question, helping it along the way. So this would be as simple as you creating a text box. So insert text box, and you type out what's happening. Or you could be writing it down on a piece of paper and just inserting an image from your computer. What we're looking for is, like always, you know, you're trying to help each other out, help each other talk through your questions and your problems. All right, while you're in that breakout room, there's some Zoom etiquette, but in your breakout rooms, I know you guys don't like having your cameras on for main session, which is fine. I mean, I don't want to break your privacy, but in the breakout rooms, since it's such a small group, you will be required to turn your cameras on because it's kind of awkward to help someone if you can't see their face. So, and don't worry, in the small breakout rooms, it's going to be what, 6, 7 people max. So in those small breakout rooms, you're going to turn on your cameras and you're going to have time to talk and work through your problems. All right, and afterwards, when it's all said and done, there's page 3. Wait, I lost it. Right here. What happened, and reflect on it. So a summary is different. A summary is give us an overview of what happened during your session, and reflection is analyze, where you guys are able to understand what happened in the the session today? Was Casey able to answer your question? All right. Any questions? That's a lot of information.
No, sir.
Steph, did that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping it wouldn't be too confusing. This is, and it's all new. I mean, this is what AVID and we would be wanting to do for a while, go digital, but now we're forced to go digital. So it's all the first time trial. Hopefully it makes sense. You have one due next week. And that first time around, if you mess up, it's okay. Our goal is to at least get through it. You get points for getting it done. And you're gonna do tutorial number 1. You do the first ones. All right, so those are your 3 main assignments, basically on a weekly basis. And every once in a while, I might throw in like a small thing to kind of get you guys like an ongoing project or something. But generally, you have your agendas, your notebooks, and your digital tutorials. And that should kind of remind you of like regular class. All right, our small assignment for this week is our college fair sign up. So if you click on this, you see a link. All you gotta do is sign up for 3 college fair presentations. So if you click on this link, this is all week 5. It leads you to something called futurology. This is led by the Cal States. The counselor sent me this late, so we kind of missed the UC ones. However, if you guys want to register for the UC Irvine, UC Riverside, Merced, Berkeley one, those are tonight. Oh no, these ones are tonight, but they should have more in the future. What I want you to register for is the CSU presentations. So these are live presentations with the representatives from the school. You have to register for at least 3 of them. They're all on October 5th to October 9th on different time periods. You see it right here. So for example, I want to go to the UC San Francisco one. I click on this and it describes it, attend this live webinar to learn more about San Francisco State University and applying for freshman application. It's on October 6th at 2 p.m. What time do you guys have? What day is that? Oh, so that's right when school ends. All right, so your class usually ends like 2:15. All right, what you need to do, all you got is your name, your last name, email address, confirm your email, your address, you get optional phone number, your current school, and you're going to be a freshman. And you press register, they're going to send you a link and a link to a Zoom, and on that day you go to that session. For me, I want you to apply to 3 of them, and I want you to go to them because there's going to be a future assignment where I have you share what you learned from the presentation. So after you register for 3 of them, all you got to do is let me know which 3 schools you registered for. So for example, let's say I registered for the CSU LA. I did the San Francisco State, SFSU, and then SDSU, right? That's all I want you to do. Just so I know you guys actually registered for it. And then the week after the presentations, I'm going to have you do like a short report on it. Yeah, you could definitely take notes on the session. You can take notes on anything that's academic. All right, so that is your assignments for this week. Let's look at a quick, make sure I hit on all our points. All right, so we have yada, yada, yada. The guest speaker Padlet I'll fix. She's not coming for another 2 weeks. Yeah, so homework, agenda check number 5. You have the college fair sign up, the tutorial number 1, and you have a second notebook check due next Friday with 2 notes. All right, so if you don't have any questions, I'll see you next week. If you stick around and ask it.
Bye, mister. Take care.
See you, darling.
Bye. Have a good
Bye,
day.
mister.
Hennessy.
H, mister.
Bye, mister.
See ya.
Bye,
Bye, Hennessy. Bye,
There you
Misty.
go.
Bye, mister.
And any questions?
Talk for the whole digital tutorial. We're
Yeah.
filling out everything, like everything.
Wait, say it again?
We're filling out everything in the digital tutorial.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Cause like some stuff right here I don't really know how to fill out.
There's what?
Cause some stuff I don't really know how to.
Oh, which part? Tell me. We'll go over it.
I know you went over it already for tutorial 1, but like it's kind of hard for me to see it.
Oh, are you looking on a computer or like your phone?
No, I'm on my computer.
Oh, well,
But
look. So all you got to worry about for today, for this week, is because I'll go over next week. All you got to worry about is filling out the title page, your class schedule, and go to tutorial number 1, and just fill it out. Fill this button based on like
I see. Because when you filled it in, you put like quadratic equations and stuff, and
Oh yeah, that was an example.
yeah, I got a little confused. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
See ya. Rita or Donnie, you have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
For the I did it, but I didn't put submit because usually for me when I put submit, it doesn't let me edit back. Like if I want to go back to it, and then I got a notification saying something about what was it? The assignment something the due date. I don't know what. That's right. But I don't know if I'm supposed to click the submit thing or not.
Which assignment?
The notebook check, the first one.
Oh, yeah, the notebook, you don't have to submit it. Because once you download it and hit share, you press share on the top button, like right here, you hit share.
Yeah.
Share with Miss Soto, Hennessy, and myself. Then after that, you don't need to submit it. We just check it regularly.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I just ignore like the notification that comes up about something submission.
Yeah,
thing.
don't worry about submitting.
Okay, because my mom like she gets those notifications too, and then she starts asking me like, why aren't you turning it in and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it makes it easier if you don't submit it. All right, Hennessy, I think it's easier if they just share it to you.
Yeah, it's easier if you share because I could just stay on my Google Drive and look for it.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Rita?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
Right. Thank you.
All right, Donnie, you have a question?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, then. Well, I'll see you later.
Oh, sorry. I'm still in the meeting and everybody's gone. No, it's because I'm helping out my sister with her homework too, and so it's chaotic right now. I didn't even notice that the meeting was over.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm sorry. Bye, Mr. Sa. Bye.
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 All right, see you later, Hennessy.